Is Montreal the greatest food city in the world? A big culinary competition is coming to the city to determine the best chef in the country. It's called Canada's Great Kitchen Party, and it may be the best proof yet that Montreal is the greatest culinary city in the world. Let's find out. I got two gentlemen in studio this morning to talk all about it. First things first, a man that I've now known, I think, for like 12, 13 years.
Let's say longer.
Jonathan Cheung, he's going to be a judge in this Canada's Great Kitchen Party, is in studio. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hi, great to be here.
Great to have you on with us. And we've also got Chef Carter Weeks, Montreal chef. You're part of the Beatrice Group, Chef Carter?
Yes, that's it is. And it's a pleasure being here today with you all.
So let me go back in time for you, Carter, because you don't know this story, right? And the listeners probably don't know the story. It was, I thought, 12, 13 years ago. I'm doing a cooking class in Westmount.
Probably the best one that you would ever
gone to. Appetite for Books, because you run Appetite for Books, Jonathan,
That
right?
is correct.
So I'm there at this cooking class, and I was about to start at a morning TV show in the city that was launching, and we had been given marching orders. Find great talent to put on the show. So I'm in this class, and Chef Jonathan is doing his cooking class at Appetite for Books, and I put my fingers up like I made a little TV set in my fingers, and I said, we got to put this guy on TV. I put you on TV, Jonathan, and now you've become a sensation, judging competitions on the Food Network, all this kind of stuff.
Well, now I think it's more of a face of radio, but...
So anyways, Jonathan, it's great to have you in the studio today, because we do go ways back now.
Absolutely.
Okay, on this Canada's Great Kitchen Party. Now, I'm throwing a lofty thing at you, but I would say, hey, it's more proof. Maybe it's not defining proof, but I think it's a little bit more proof that Montreal really has cemented its place as one of, if not the greatest food cities in the world. Chef Carter Weeks, what do you say?
My perspective on that, I would say yes, even though it's a bit challenging in terms of with a lot of new chefs coming on board. But I would say yes, because for a guy like Jonathan, who actually found me, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm one of those one that very low-key, not talk about as much, but to see Jonathan reach out to me, it's very special.
And are you competing? What's going to be your role in this great?
So I'm actually one of the 5 chefs that compete in the event on the 29th.
Okay, so isn't that like an immense amount of pressure on you to be one of those 5 chefs?
I would say yes, it is actually. It's but I'm getting over the fear now. It's getting closer, so I think I'm ready. I'm meant for it. I love competition. I'm very competitive. So
what are you going to have to do? Like, what is the competition itself? What are you going to have to cook, make, do on that during that competition?
So basically, it's like a wine pairing event. That's how I'm going about it, where I'm comparing my dish with a wine for the judges to select and see who is one of those winners. I think I have a nice intriguing dish to present to everyone.
We have to be sure. Don't tell me what it is, because I want to be surprised on the 29th.
Oh, that's right. We can't spill too many details.
Exactly. So I have to be very careful.
Jonathan, how would you answer the question, is Montreal now one of or the best culinary city in the world? How would you answer that question?
It's certainly one of the best in North America. I don't think a lot of chefs and people in the restaurant industry could argue with that. We have such amazing talent in this city and province, actually, that can compete with some of the best in North America. And that was really shown just recently at the North America's 50 Best Restaurant Awards, and where Montreal and Quebec literally cleaned up.
Now, did this happen recently, or were we just not noticed for a couple of decades? Like, how recent is the ascendance of Montreal in the food scene?
I think, and we can give a lot of credit to Anthony Bourdain, the late Anthony Bourdain, for bringing attention to Montreal about 20 years ago, and we had a really great run of attention. We were known as one of the best, if not the best, culinary cities in North America. I think we went through a little period of time where we were trying to figure out who we are after that whole big run of popularity. But Montreal's definitely coming back. It's really been solidified that Montreal is the place to look at, is the place to be, for chefs to be, for people to come and eat. And for our chefs to really show what they can do, not just within the city and the province, but beyond that, across Canada, across North America. And a lot of chefs are really excited about that. For so long we were kind of like didn't really care about what anybody else was doing. We were really focusing on what was going on in the city. A lot of chefs were really focused on just what they were going to do, and that's what made us really great. But now we want to promote that, put that out. We are one of the best. We have some of the best chefs in Canada, if not in North America, and we're excited to showcase that.
Chef Carter, what about your path? Like, how do you get to where you are today? How'd you end up where you are?
To be honest, it was just leaving my country, coming here on a vacation to mutual friends. End up working at Beatrice as a dishwasher.
When did this happen?
So I moved here in 2010.
Yeah.
And I start the process of, getting all the documents together and everything after you pass the 6 months period.
Yeah.
So during that time...
Where are you from? What country is home?
So I'm actually from St. Kitts and Nevis, a small island in the Caribbean.
Oh, I love St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
So it's one of those islands. Very small. So that's where I come from.
Are you from St. Kitts or are you from Nevis?
St. Kitts. My daddy's from Nevis, but I'm from St. Kitts, where my mom is from. So it's like both islands. It's like home for me.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So you get here, and then
I got a job as a dishwasher at Beatrice. So that's where I start my whole journey into cooking. It's to survive, basically. Yeah. You move into a new place, and I start there and start to observe. I'm very observant and I pay attention to a lot of details. So I was looking at a lot of chefs in the day.
Yeah.
I got the job. So during all that process, I'm like, the chef came up to me. He's like, you want to learn how to cook? I like, sure, one day.
but clearly you had a natural talent, because you don't just go from dishwasher to where you are today just because, right? And it's not just luck either.
Because I'm a hands-on person. It's like if I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it to my best, and I want to it's like I want to perfect it. That's what it is.
What Jonathan, what is Chef Carter going to face here? So just tell me a little bit more about the great kitchen party that it's coming here to this city. I think our listeners could actually show up and go to this culinary competition.
Absolutely.
So what is he going to face?
Well, I want to also make note how understated Chef is here. Like, he started off as a dishwasher, okay? And we can all acknowledge and recognize that he is now the chef of a rather big restaurant group, and
the Beatrice group in this city, massive,
yeah. And going from a dishwasher to this, amazing, and that just shows how dedicated Chef is and committed to this competition, and how well I think he'll do.
Chef Weeks, why are you so humble?
It's just my personality.
Anyway, but he does have some stiff competition. There's 4 other chefs that he's going up against. Isaël Gadoua, he's from Restaurant Chez Jean Paul, which I visited just the other day. Really amazing little place in kind of in between Villeray and Mile End. Jean-François Vachon from Patio. Now, this restaurant is a little bit out of the city. It's in Sainte-Thérèse. Thomas Deschamps, he's from Tabernacle. He's in Mascouche, so a little further away. But again, locally, we've got Lorenzo Aquino from Junjun on Notre Dame, great higher-end Filipino restaurant. So competition is quite stiff, I think, and it's going to be really great competition. There's going to be some really great flavors.
And I can go if I want to go to
absolutely. There are tickets. There's a limited number of tickets available. It's a nice small event. It's at the Mount Stevens Club, and like Chef said, and you mentioned, it's one of the only culinary food and beverage competitions in the country. And I want to make also note that each dish is paired with a wine, as Chef was saying, but it's a Canadian wine.
Ah, gotcha.
So we're big on supporting Canadian producers, Canadian wines, Canadian alcohol. So that's always kind of incorporated into the competition.
I just want to point out, so Canada's Great Kitchen Party that's coming to this city.
Correct.
There's other examples, right? That Montreal now is finally getting recognition across the country.
Absolutely. I did mention North America's 50 Best Awards that happened, that made big news last month. But also this week, actually, if anybody wants to hop on a quick plane ride, just this weekend, there's going to be the Devour Food and Film Festival in Wolfville, which is Nova Scotia, which is just like maybe 45 minutes outside of Halifax. It is the world's largest food film festival. So it's a food and film festival, and this year's theme is Montreal. So a lot of the top Montreal chefs are actually going there to do events. A lot of Quebec and Montreal filmmakers will be showing their films there. For example, we've got chefs from like Danny Smiles that's going, Massimo Piedmonte, who's on the show not that long ago from Top Chef Canada, Ari Shore from Restaurant Beba, Emma Cardarelli, Ryan Gray, and Janice from Gio Nora Gray and Elena.
So a lot of examples here of what's happening in the Montreal food scene. Okay, so Canada's Great Kitchen Party, what day is it? When is it on?
It'll be on the 29th of October, so it's coming up in a week and a half. And I just want to also make note, it is a charity event. We're raising money for Music Counts, which to me is really important because music was a really big part of me of my childhood growing up, and learning an instrument I think is a really important thing for kids.
Music and food go together.
Exactly.
I got to leave it there, guys. Chef Carter Weeks, Judge Jonathan Cheung on the show this morning. Thanks, fellas. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Right.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years. And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.